Hello everyone. My greetings to each one of you. This is the sixth session on sustainable economic development. In the previous session, you have understood the impact of development on climate, which has led to global warming and ozone depletion. Definitely an area of concern. I am Poonam Vohra from Egypt Economics Learning Center. In this session, you will understand the impact of development on resources, specifically on land use. Let's begin. Though development is good for the nation, but it has put the farm sector under a lot of stress. While the input costs for major crops are rising, the average farmland size is shrinking. Even the share of insured cropped area stands at a dismal 26%. The CPR Namadi Environmental Justice Program, supported by a grant from IDRC, that is International Development Research Center, Canada, have studied the land use change in India, Indonesia and Myanmar. Specifically for India, they have found out that impact of such land use change can be categorized into three. One is displacement and disposition. Individuals or communities have lost their homes in exchange for none or meager compensation and are expected to relocate to areas identified as rehabilitation sites or migrate to new areas on their own. A study by the Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, estimates that 50 million people have been displaced due to development projects over the 50 years in India. The study states that of 50 million people, 16.4 million were displaced by dams, 2.55 million by mines, 1.25 million by industrial development, and 0.6 million by wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. The second category is loss of livelihood. This relates to losing out or giving up access to parts of or entire areas on which livelihoods are dependent. These include agricultural land, fishing harbors, forest areas, and grazing lands. This may occur separately or in addition to physical displacement, causing an incalculable impact on both livelihoods and quality of life. Two examples are worth making note of. The Parsa East Kete Basin coal mine in Chhattisgarh has involved the land use change of more than 2,000 hectares, and this land was a home to a large population of tribals and traditional forest dwellers who lost their livelihood. Second is the operations of Coastal Gujarat Power Limited in Kutch, Gujarat have impacted two important fishing harbors. This was marked by reduction in fish catch, impact of coal ash on fish drying activities, particularly carried out by women, has been affected a lot. Third category is degradation and pollution. This leads to decline in fish catch, agricultural productivity, groundwater contamination, and various other related impacts. These have lasting effects on the health of masses, on the economy and social lives of individuals and communities as a whole. Damodar River is the major source of water and is perhaps the most polluted river in India. Around 49 areas have been declared unsafe for human habitation in the Raniganj coalfield area of West Bengal. Studies have indicated that open cast quarries, coal washeries, thermal power plants, coke oven plants, cement factories and fertilizer plants add to the air pollution. Not only that, the construction of large dams and ports alters the relationship of water and land, destroying the existing ecosystem balance, hydrology and fisheries. Air and water pollution and soil erosion are the two main issues that occur when large areas on landscapes get changed for the construction of roads and railway lines. Often these impacts do not occur in isolation. Loss of land essentially leads to loss of livelihoods. Many times relocations after land loss force people to stay close to industrial and development areas, hence facing pollution on daily basis. So, environmental degradation translates into loss of income, specifically for communities dependent on natural resources. Now assess yourself. Here a news is being given which I have taken from cprindia.org. Read the information and answer the questions. I shall read it for you. The case is like this. With over 10,000 million tons of deposits, the Gevra coal mine, Chhattisgarh, is the single largest source of power grade coal in India. Land acquisition took place in 1979 with subsequent acquisitions in 2001 and 2009. There have been grievances for the acquisition that led to forced relocation, loss of livelihoods, and insufficient compensation. People who were displaced have been resettled to colonies which are set up very close to the mine. For the expansion of the production capacity, efforts to acquire more land began in 2014. In 2016, Korba, Chhattisgarh, witnessed a massive protest by Southeastern Coalfields Limited against land acquisition for mining. There were around 700 people from 41 villages who protested as they demanded jobs, rehabilitation and compensation as per the amended Land Acquisition Act. So, the questions to you are: 1. Why do you think that there was a protest in 2016? 2. What measures can be taken to address the grievances of the protesters? Now please see whether you have answered it correctly. The major reasons for their protests were relocation, loss of livelihood, insufficient compensation, though they were relocated, but it was near to the coal mine, which led to a lot of air and water pollution. Answer to the second question: they should have been given adequate compensation. They should have been given proper jobs for their livelihood. And also, if they were relocated, it should not be very near to the coal mine. So these are some of the options that could have been thought of before land acquisition. This session must have made you think whether development is actually resulting in the improvement in living standards of people or adversely affecting their livelihood. So with this question in mind, the session comes to an end and we shall move on to the next aspect of impact of development on forests and biodiversity. Till then, keep reading, keep learning, keep updating yourself, and be aware at what cost the development is required.